My name is Rebecca Hammond. I am an educator here at Crow Canyon. I am on my 13th year here at Crow Canyon. I am a member of the Ute Mountain Ute tribe here in Colorado, and I also sit on our Native American Advisory Group here at Crow Canyon. One of the programs that I first started off with was our middle school program.
For the kids from the inner city, do you find that there's some resistance at first to being in the mountains and what you have to teach them? Or do they get into it right away?
Oh, they get into it right away. I mean, it's just a beautiful scene. There's an archaic site, they get to look around and explore.
What kind of archaic site are you talking about?
An archaic site that, archaic time period goes from 5,500 BC to about 1,000 BC. So any time in there, there's actually a little shelter area that has some rock art with, it looks like a herd of deer or elk.
So petroglyphs?
No, actually drawn. It's charcoal. And so it's really, it's beautiful, but every time you go there, you just see, even a small amount of impact and how much lighter it's gotten throughout the year.
Do you educate your young Native American children do you bring them here so they can learn their history?
Because, we do our, ancestral Pueblo. We don't do Ute here at Crow Canyon. But one of the things that I'm able to do most years is the tribe has a Ute discovery camp. It's a science camp for kids on the reservation and looking at the sciences that are on the reservation, so it's like in their own backyard. And one day is archaeology, so that's part of an outreach program that Crow Canyon does for the tribe.
How did you get your job? How did you find this place and this job?
Well, that's kind of funny. Just things just kind of happened. I was actually, when I got out of high school, I wanted to do art. So I attended the Institute of American Indian Arts, and then I left it. And then I went back and went in through the Museum Studies program. And as I had to do an internship, I got introduced to Doug Bowman, who was our tribal park director. And I worked with him, and then I did an internship at the research lab at Mesa Verde, and then an internship here at Crow Canyon. And never really thought much about archaeology. And one day I was working with, I worked out in the field doing archaeology at South, but I actually had to ask my grandfather first for permission to be able to excavate and do archaeology. So if he had not said, yes, I could, I wouldn't be here.
Talk about the message that you communicate to your kids to express the importance of doing archaeology.
Well, the thing that I think is really important for not just my people, but all Native people is, it's really important to become an archaeologist because we've always had other people writing our past. And if we can become archaeologists, we can write the past the way we want people to read about us. And I think that we can do it in a way that when we understand our culture and and the respect, and being really respectful is very important to Native cultures.
So when you had to go back and ask your grandfather, it was because the tradition of archaeology has not been so terrific for you, for Native people.
Yeah, all around. Archaeologists, have never been really good to Native people, and that's what people always remember. But here at Crow Canyon, it's a little different, just mainly because we have this Native American Advisory Group, and the way Peter Pino puts it is, we're taking baby steps.
Yeah.
And we're trying to incorporate a Native perspective, and through this advisory group, we look at every aspect that what Crow Canyon is going through. We're really proud of that, being able to have that Native input, and I think we still have a ways to go.
Yeah.
We're not there yet, but it's a step in the right direction.
Mark explained to us that in the reconstructed Pueblo at the top of the hill that he took us to, that the Native American Council advised against putting a kiva in the logical place to put the kiva,
Yeah.
And that was totally respected.
Yeah. And it's, it's the right thing to do.
And why was that, Becky?
In Native cultures, think about kivas. Kivas, are part of the Pueblo culture today, and from what I understood, only certain people build, kivas, and then, somebody has to be there to take care of it. And so, if we're not the proper people to take care of it, then I don't think we should have one either. And it's been great. I love it. I love teaching here.